BTS news. In the past hour, social media has again been rocked by a subtle but surprising move from the world's biggest fandom, ARMY. This time, it is not about anniversary projects, nor about new musical achievements, but something much more personal and heartfelt. A small moment, a faint smile, a meaningful look, or perhaps the accidental words uttered by Jungkook during a recent live session have ignited the embers of fans' curiosity. Has BTS's Golden Mean harbored deep feelings for Jimin? The question arose with a force that could not be ignored. ARMY, as always, is known for their incredible sensitivity to every move of the BTS members. But this time, they seem to be touching on something deeper, a possible feeling that has been hidden behind the close friendship and sweet interaction between Jungkook and Jimin that has lasted for more than a decade. Speculation is heating up, spreading from Platform X, formerly Twitter, TikTok, to forum communities such as Weverse and Reddit. The narrative develops so quickly, like a secret love story that suddenly comes out to the surface, and the world cannot turn away from it. Jungkook's latest live became the flashpoint of all these suspicions. In a relaxed atmosphere, accompanied only by a guitar and coffee, Jungkook answered some questions from fans. However, when an ARMY man asked, "Who was the person who made you smile the most today?" Jungkook's face suddenly changed. He smiled a little, lowered his head slightly, and only replied quietly, "Someone you all know, but I keep it to myself." His facial expressions, between shy, awkward, and gentle, are enough to make millions speculate. Jimin's name immediately flooded the comments column. And as if to reinforce suspicion, Jungkook then hummed part of the song Promise, Jimin's emotional solo song, and even called the lyrics one of the most honest he's ever heard. Shortly after, a fan known as ARMY Detective unearthed various old clips showing interactions between Jungkook and Jimin. From the warm hugs, the looks that lasted too long, to the backstage moment when Jungkook spontaneously held Jimin's hand as they nervously neared the big performance. Every second, every small movement is reanalyzed. What used to be considered a bromance is now viewed in a different light. Perhaps it's not just about friendship. This suspicion is not without reason. In several previous interviews, Jungkook had said that Jimin was his home. The poetic-sounding statement was originally accepted as a metaphor about comfort and warmth. However, when it is associated with the latest moments, many begin to think that the word home can contain a deeper meaning. Moreover, Jimin and Jungkook have a unique history. They are not just co-workers or close friends, but two people who grew up together under the sparkling pressure of the very strict Korean entertainment industry. They watch each other rise and fall, taking care of each other when the world seems too noisy. Perhaps not everyone knows that in the early days of BTS's debut, Jimin was the only one who kept reminding Jungkook to eat, sleep, and take care of his health. Jimin is like an older brother who tirelessly supports his youngest brother. And as time went on, the roles did not change, but their intimacy increasingly looked natural and boundless. When Jungkook cried on stage because he didn't feel good enough, Jimin was the first to hug him and whisper, "You did your best." The words are not just support, but a reflection of a relationship built on mutual trust and sincere love. For years, ARMY watched their interactions, from jokes about who was stronger to quiet moments when they sat side by side, not talking, just being present. Not a few feel a different aura from their relationship, an aura that could not be described in ordinary words. And when Jungkook said in one of his vlogs that he would like to spend time with Jimin in his old age, the same question again arises. Is this more than just friendship? Jimin, on the other hand, was also never stingy in showing his affection for Jungkook. In the BTS documentary, he once said that Jungkook was one of the reasons he was able to survive through difficult times. That Jungkook reminds her of the good things in life that she doesn't want to let go of. Such statements are not uncommon. It comes from the depths of the heart, from relationships built by many long nights, countless laughs, and perhaps tears never seen on screen. Not only that, fans also remembered one of the most striking moments of the Speak Yourself concert in Paris. There, as all the members bowed their heads for a final salute, Jungkook reflexively grasped Jimin's hand and looked at him meaningfully before stepping back together. It's not part of the choreography. It was spontaneous. It's real. In the ARMY community, the term taekook often becomes a popular conversation, but the narrative about Jungkook, Jimin, and Jungkook is never completely extinguished. There are always small embers burning, just waiting for a moment like this to explode. And now, with Jungkook's cryptic statement in his live, the embers are turning into flames. Of course, not everyone is sure that this is a hidden love story. Some argue that their relationship is indeed very close, but still in the realm of sincere brotherhood. However, those who perceive the existence of something more choose to interpret all moments carefully, such as reading an old poem written in faint ink. Is Jungkook really harboring feelings for Jimin? Or is this just an overly carried away fan interpretation? The answer may never be known for sure. But as many in the ARMY have said, the beauty of Jimin and Jungkook's relationship lies in their mystery and depth. They never label, never give definitive answers, and precisely because of that, they continue to be an inspiration to millions of people about how compassion can be present in its purest form, not necessarily explained, just felt. To be sure. In the past hour, ARMY's world has turned a little more hopeful, a little more poetic. Because whether it's love, friendship, or something in between, what Jungkook and Jimin have is nothing out of the ordinary. And if it's true that all this time Jungkook harbored deep feelings for Jimin, then it's a story that only time can write. Between song lyrics, a silent smile, and a gaze that doesn't need words. This story is not over. Perhaps this is just the beginning. As time went on, the discussion about Jungkook and Jimin expanded. ARMYs from all over the world began to voice their opinions. Some of them try to unravel long-forgotten moments, while others prefer to enjoy what is happening without forcing conclusions too much. But one thing is certain, the relationship between Jungkook and Jimin is not something to be underestimated. It was a story that continued to evolve and is now back in the spotlight. From old video footage, many of the ARMY again found fragments that felt very meaningful. One of the most touching was the video of Jimin talking seriously during an interview session, and Jungkook, who was sitting next to him, kept watching him in silence. The gaze was not just ordinary attention, but full of admiration. Not a few believe that the gaze holds something that has never been verbally expressed. Jungkook is not an easy person to express his heart with words, but his body language often speaks louder than anything else. Another point that makes this speculation even more resonant is the existence of a pattern of consistency in their interactions. Many noted that although each member of BTS is close to each other, there is a special closeness between Jungkook and Jimin that has not changed since the trainee days until now. Even in the midst of incredible bustle and pressure, they still find time to support each other in small things. For example, Jimin is always the first person to send a birthday message to Jungkook. or Jungkook, who secretly captured Jimin's moments and saved them in the form of personal videos that he uploaded years later. It is not trivial. It is an act that arises from deep affection and emotional attachment.